I was never one to speak much about faith. Growing up, the idea of God always seemed abstract, something distant, like a figure from ancient books. But that all changed one quiet evening when everything felt off and the world, for a moment, stood still. It was late, the kind of late where the night feels heavy, almost too still. I was sitting by the window, staring out at the city lights, when my mind began to spiral. I had just lost a job that I thought was my future. My relationships were strained, my health not quite right, and it seemed like everything was falling apart. In that moment, all I could feel was a deep, suffocating loneliness. I remember closing my eyes, just wanting the noise to stop. I had heard people speak of God before. God has a plan, they would say, or trust in His timing. But I didn't get it. To me, God felt like an abstract idea that didn't fit into the mess of my life. Then, in that silence, something unexpected happened. At first, it was a soft whisper, so quiet I almost missed it. It wasn't in words, not exactly, but in a feeling, like a calm breeze passing through my thoughts. I didn't understand it at first, but it made me pause, made me breathe. I couldn't explain it, but it felt like reassurance. A presence, like I wasn't alone, even if everything seemed like it was crumbling. I didn't know if it was my mind or something more, but for the first time in a long while, I felt a glimmer of peace. I stood up, feeling this pull inside me, like I needed to take a step. I wasn't sure where I was going, but I found myself walking to the small shelf where my grandmother's old Bible rested. I hadn't opened it in years. As my fingers brushed the cover, I felt the oddest sense of connection, not to the words on the pages, but to something greater than myself. I opened it, my eyes landing on a verse. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Subscribe for part 2.